Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Q&A Sunday. Today we have a special guest, Jennifer Burnett, and she is going to answer the question that we keep getting, what is forbearance? So Jennifer, take it away.
Hey there, Rich. Thanks for having me. Great to see you again. Great to see everyone out there. Hope all are doing well and staying safe. I can tell you what forbearance isn't real quick. Before we dive into what forbearance is, it's not forgiveness. And that's a major misconception going on out there in the marketplace with current homeowners where, they're misinterpreting or not fully understanding or being appropriately educated on forbearance. Forbearance is not forgiveness. It's simply, putting your payments on pause. It could be that, it could be, lowering your existing monthly payment to make it more feasible during a time of financial struggle. Essentially, if you look at the definition, it is the agreement between the borrower and the loan servicer on how they're going to move forward in paying their mortgage during this financial hardship. Okay. Like I said, it could be a partial payment. It could be, delaying payments altogether. But they will eventually get paid.
All right, everybody hear that. Yes, it is not forgiveness, which I think is what a lot of people are hoping. I don't know about if that's what they think, but I think that's what they hope. So Everyone get that. It's not forgiveness. You are going to have to make these payments again at some point, whether that be all at once, or is it possible to defer it to the end of the loan payment? Mm-hmm. How does that work?
So that's a great question. And that is definitely something I wanted to dive in today. So I read two publications yesterday that just came out yesterday, quoting the CEO of Fannie Mae and the CEO of Freddie Mac. So another major conception that a lot of borrowers, homeowners are being told at this time from servicers, the public, I don't know where they're getting their information, but no, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac do not require that the missed payments, the delayed payments be paid all at once. They do not require that. They are going to work with you and you are going to map out a game plan with them, whether it's tacked on to the end of the mortgage like you just alluded to, Rich, or whether you start making your payments again and they increase incrementally over time. Or yes, you as an individual, if you have the capacity to pay it in one lump sum, you can choose to do that, but it's not going to be required. Now, I want to be clear there. That was Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac coming out and saying that. Not all loan servicers are Fannie Mae, mortgage holders are Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac.
Okay.
I do have a quick lookup tool. You could private message me and we can look up together to determine if your mortgage is held by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, and that will give you a peace of mind. But I strongly encourage everyone, if you are having that financial hardship and you truly can't pay your mortgage, don't just stop paying the mortgage. That's not going to do any good for you. It could negatively impact your credit and your future. You want to first call your loan servicer. Every servicer is different, and they are going to want to see documentation to show the hardship that you're experiencing, and then they will approve you for a forbearance and you will come up with a game plan.
That's great. That's great. Because that's a lot of good information that I think a lot of people aren't aware of. Even just the Freddie Mae or the Fannie Mae and the Freddie Mac, that they don't control everything and that they're not, the be all end all. And I guess one of the biggest things I have a question about, every time I keep hearing this, they keep talking about everything's going to be due at a lump sum at the end of it. And I keep thinking, if you can't make your mortgage payment today, how are you going to make 4 of them in 3 months from now or 4 months from now? So that doesn't make any sense. So it's good that every service provider can be a little bit different and work with them to, have some flexibility. So that's great.
Yeah, I mean, again, you want to reach out to them first. They're not just gonna take your word for it. You are gonna have to, so be prepared to provide documentation to support the financial hardship you're experiencing due to, COVID-19. Also, once that plan's in place, about 30 days prior to that plan expiring, that servicer should be reaching back out to you to give you a heads up. Hey, the plan we came up with is going to be expiring. Let's map out a new game plan. What's your current situation? These servicers don't want you to default. They're going to work with you, but some more than others. So you can't just see something on the news or read a publication and assume that across the board. So if anyone takes anything home from this presentation, definitely call your servicer before you do anything.
Absolutely. That sounds like the best advice we could probably give anybody, but that definitely, I think, sheds some light on what forbearance is. Forbearance is not forgiveness. That's the best thing to take away from this. And I think the other one is that everybody is a little bit different. So definitely reach out to whoever your loan is with and go from there. So anything else to add, Jennifer, before we sign off?
One other thing that I want to add, I haven't seen it here yet in the local real estate market, but I have heard it, happening just as close as the other side of Pennsylvania, where as real estate agents and borrowers, be mindful. If you're in some type of forbearance on your current home right now, and you're in the process of selling it and purchasing a new home, that could negatively impact you being able to get approved for the new loan. And we're seeing it happen. So just look out for that. And just to general public, if you're in that situation, call whoever has you pre-approved right away to make sure that you still can be approved. We at Movement, again, in other areas have experienced this and we're dealing with it. So that's
fantastic. I wouldn't have ever even thought about that, but that's a good point. As a real estate agent, I mean, I'm going to have to have that conversation with some people, I'm sure, that, are in forbearance and then they decided, hey, I just got to get out. I got to sell this place. And yeah, that could definitely.
Where are you gonna go?
It could definitely change the landscape, just as everything at this time is. So again, Jennifer, thank you so much for your time of sharing your wisdom with us. Everybody else out there, make sure you stay safe, and we will be together again soon, I'm sure. Again, Jennifer, thank you for your time. And
thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. And so everybody, I hope you liked this episode of Q&A Sunday. We'll see you next week. Talk to you soon.
See ya.
Bye.